if you don't achieve the goal, you're not a failure. You can still keep going. Goals are not set so that they can make or break us. Goals are set so that we can become better. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today it is time to do our September recap and kind of go through our September goals, our vision board that we created, and figure out what did we achieve, what did we not achieve. If you're interested in hearing more about that, let's get into it. So if you've been around for a while, I create a monthly vision board. This is something that I'm actually newer to in just the last couple of months, but it is something I have quickly fallen in love with. And the beginning of September, I shared with you my September plan with me. I shared making my vision board. I shared kind of why I picked these certain goals that I picked for just the month of September, because my September vision board is very heavily based on my annual or my yearly vision board that I created. And so I pick goals that directly relate or will help me get one step closer to the vision board that I set for myself for the entire year. But by breaking it down into a month chunk, it just makes it seem more doable. And then come mid-September, I came back and I checked in with you guys and I shared where I was on my goals so far. Now, I just need to quickly point out, if you have noticed my cute little chicken hat, I did do some traveling during the month of September, and so in hindsight, I realized some of these goals were extremely far-fetched to achieve with how much I was not physically in my home or spending time on work. So when I figured it out and I did the math, 12 out of the 30 days of September, I literally was not at home. And 9 or 10 of those, I was literally out of the state. So some of these goals, while they are goals that I very much want to achieve and wanted to achieve, they just weren't as realistic as I maybe should have been, and now I see that. And so I get to talk with you about that today. I wanna also just really point out that setting goals, whether it be for a month or a week or a day or a year or 5 years, the point of setting goals is not that like we set these goals that we do want to achieve, and then as we get closer to achieving them or not achieving them, but the deadline that we set for ourselves, the point is not to like beat ourselves up if we haven't actually achieved that goal. The point is to see, where did we make strides? Where did we take the steps that we needed to take? And where did we kind of lack? And where can we make some changes? So I really want you to take kind of that mindset going into this. And if you're somebody who is also kind of doing a September recap or whatever month it is that maybe you're watching this, if you're going through the goals that you set during that time, I don't want you to beat yourself up over it, but I want you to look at it. What did we do and how did we do it? And what did we not do and why didn't we do it? And sometimes that could come down to motivation. Sometimes that could come down to your goals change. Sometimes that could come down to, you know, you didn't have the time, or you set goals that were just impossible to achieve in the time frame that you gave yourself. So we're gonna talk through all that today. So let's jump right into it. So first things first, on my vision board, we're gonna start at the top and just make our way around. Top left is taking an anniversary trip and then weekly date nights with my husband. So we did, in fact, this hat that I'm wearing is from Key West, Florida. We had some friends that actually got married and they did a destination wedding there. And my husband and I, our anniversary is in about 2 weeks. So we just kind of doubled up and we had that be our anniversary, our 1-year anniversary trip, plus getting to celebrate other friends getting married. And it was great. It like ended up being so wonderful. We made it a longer trip. I think total travel time and everything included, it was about a 6-day trip. We did get home the day before all of the crazy hurricane stuff happened. I am so thankful that we were able to make it home. My prayers have gone out to literally everyone that has been affected by that. They were basically evacuating Key West as we were flying out. We got poured on, literally drenched while we were waiting outside to get on the airplane. It was a good experience, good memory. Kind of a funny thing to go through with a bunch of strangers that we're standing in line with. But anyway, so that I can gladly say that we had an incredible anniversary trip. We have stuck with our weekly date nights and I'm super proud of that. And I mean, while that kind of seems like an easy goal to have put on my board, it's an important thing to me. Doing weekly date nights is something that's on my yearly vision board and something that I want to make a priority so that my marriage and my relationship with my husband continues to thrive and grow as we go through life and get older. Next one over, we're gonna talk about the personal development that I did in the month of September and what I didn't do. So my goal ultimately is to read 10 pages of personal development a day. Now, when I figured out the math of doing 3 different books, one of the books that I usually pick for the month is an audiobook. Like I choose to just listen to it instead of physically reading 3 physical books. Because when I'm driving and just doing anything like that, I want to be able to have that opportunity to listen and still be getting that personal development and utilize that time of me driving to the grocery store or driving to pick up my niece or whatever that might be. Might as well use that. So in the month of September, the High Performance Habits book was the book that I chose to be my audiobook. Now, the first time I read this book, I have the physical book. I read it last summer actually, and I read the physical book. And I remember when I read this book that even just like a page or two, it was a lot of like dense information, stuff that was like so good. Like you could read 2 pages and be like, wow. I chose to do it in audiobook form this time. I really struggled to pay attention and to listen. So I really struggled to pay attention. So I realized listening to that in audiobook form, maybe that's why it was really difficult for me to like stay in tune with it. So I will say that did not actually happen. I did not get through that. I got through a couple hours worth, but it's like a 6 or 7 hour book, I believe. So that is something that did not get done. The next book over, How Are You Really by Jenna Kutcher, I did not get that read either. Again, having traveled 12 days out of the 30 days of this month, I just really I overdid it with how much I thought I would read more. I just genuinely thought I would read more. I literally brought books with me while I was on vacation and all of that, but I was busy doing fun things and spending time with my husband and spending time with family and friends and all of that. And I don't regret not having read these books because guess what? I can read them the next month or put it off till later. So it's not the end of the world. And ultimately my goal is to read 10 pages a day, not to read 3 books a month. So with that being said, Think and Grow Rich, I did read in the month of September. So I really didn't read much personal development at all on those 12 days that I traveled. So if you do the math, 18 days were left out of the 30 days of September. And in order to read 10 pages a day, if I had 18 days that I read, 10 times 18 is 180. So I actually definitely met that goal. I met the goal of reading 10 pages of personal development a day because the Think and Grow Rich book was over 200 pages and I read that whole book in the month of September. So while I did not read these 3 books, I did finish one of them and I did meet the goal of 10 pages a day. And I'm giving myself a break on the fact that I didn't read that personal development while I was on vacation because I was enjoying my vacation. I don't ever really travel. And so this month was a very unique month of lots of travel. And I still feel really good about that. And so what I've actually decided to do is the How Are You Really book, I'm going to push into the month of October. And then that's going to be the book, one of the main books that I want to read in the month of October. And then the High Performance Habits, I've decided if I choose to read that book, I'm going to read it and I'm not going to listen to it in audio form again because I'm just not getting the information as well as when I read it, the physical copy of it, the first time I read the book. Long story short, I did in fact meet the goal of 10 pages a day, but I did not read those 3 books. Moving on to the next goal is my church goal. So again, traveled a ton. I was out of town 3 of the 4 weekends. Were there 4 weekends in September? Yes, there were 4 Sundays, so 4 opportunities for me to go to church in September, and 3 of those I was out of town, physically out of town. So I could not physically attend church, but I watched it every single weekend online at the exact same time that I would have been there had I been there live. I did not also attend a life group, again, because I was out of town. I did, though, complete a daily devotional every single day and my Bible time every single day, even while on vacation. Like, the devotional that I do is online, it's in an app, and it's just part of my morning routine now. I play Wordle, and then I also do my daily devotional, and it is phenomenal, and it has become such a staple in my mornings, and I look forward to it every single morning. I've done some really, really good devotionals, and I'm loving that. So all in all, even though I did not attend church in person, I literally was not able to attend church in person 75% of the time. So there's that. Going down, we're just gonna touch on that one really quickly. I have not spent any time with my Like to Know It, anything. No pages, no links. When I checked in with you mid-September, I had created my page or my account, and that's still all that has done. So moving to the far right of my vision board would be the workout program that I'm currently doing. I have 1 week left as of this point of the workout program that I am completing. It was an 8-week workout program. I started it obviously over a month ago, and I have 1 week left to finish this up. So I have those goals that are right there. logging my daily nutrition. That's something that I struggled with while I was on vacation, but any day that I've been home, I've crushed that goal. I'm not yet at that weight loss goal, but I'll be completely honest, I have not weighed myself since before going on vacation, except for one time. And there for a while, I was in a daily routine of weighing every single day, but you know, after vacation, I was like, I'm not about to come home from vacation and step on the scale and then like be mad at myself in the event that I gained a couple of pounds. And so it's been about a week now that I'm home from vacation and I just haven't gotten back on it, but I feel really, really good. I got a workout done this morning. I feel so good in my skin. I just feel so proud of where I am right now. So tight and toned. I haven't tried that dress back on, but I will once I finish that program. Being happy and healthy in this journey of fitness and of life is all that I'm after. And so while these are some more specific goals that I could actually track, I'm still counting this as a major win because I haven't yet finished that program. I haven't yet done those things and I was on vacation. Will not dare let myself be mad at myself in the event that I were to have gained some weight while on vacation to take away from that vacation. Like, will not let that happen. Ain't gonna happen up in here. Okay, so going down the Labor Day girls trip, as I already checked in during the mid-month check-in for September. We had already done that very first weekend of September. I did that with my mom, my sister, and my niece, and it was a great trip, so that one is still checked off. Going down, reading fiction. So I finished, I finished a book that was just under 800 pages. It's the final book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, so A Court of Silver Flames. And I finally, I read that throughout the month of September. It was a huge book, almost 800 pages, one of the biggest books I've ever read, maybe other than like Harry Potter. And it was a super good book. It took me a little bit to get back into it because I had read all the other books from that series a couple months back. And then this one finally became available at my library. So I started reading this one. Well, technically, I was supposed to have returned that to my library back at the end of August, and they renewed it for me to September 25th. Well, I was still in Florida on September 25th, so I was not able to return it, but I also was not done with the book. I read it a little bit on the airplane, but I still had hundreds of pages left whenever I got home from that trip. So come the 26th when we returned home, I wasn't ready to return my book. So finally did get it finished and turned back into the library. They charged me 10 cents a day for every day that I kept it late, but it was worth it. And I got that book read. So reading my fiction, that is checked off. And then eating lunch away from my desk. Again, I've been out of town so much that I mean, yes, I've definitely eaten a lot of lunch away from my desk. All of the lunch I've eaten away from my desk because I haven't been home to eat lunch at my desk. So I would say ultimately that goal is checked off as well. Moving, we're just gonna circle all the way around. So going down to the community event, as I mentioned when I checked in September, we did in fact achieve the community event by hosting a virtual baby shower for one of the coaches on my team. That was something that I mentioned in our mid-September check-in that we had already checked that off, but definitely wanna touch on that again because that was really, really neat. Next one over, the Teachers Pay Teachers thing. Nothing. I did nothing except for I worked on a freebie. So Teachers Pay Teachers is kind of what it sounds like. It's teachers who create digital products that other teachers can purchase, print out, and use in their own classrooms. Now, some of the stuff can be free. All of it's not paid by any means. There's a lot of great free stuff on there. And actually, the way that Teachers Pay Teachers runs their website is the first product that you post has to be a freebie. So actually, while on the airplane to North Carolina, I did start working on my freebie, but nothing more has been done other than that. I worked on it for maybe an hour that day and I have not touched it again since, but I have high, high hopes for the month of October, so don't give up on me on that. Again, traveling so much, I just wasn't around my computer much. I wasn't sitting down to create anything, and so I'm not gonna beat myself up about that. That's one of those unrealistic goals that I kind of set for myself in a month where I traveled 12 out of the 30 days. Like, that's a substantial amount of time to be gone in a way with goals like this to be creating a lot of things. That's a lot of content creation, and I wasn't in front of my computer or at my desk to be doing those things. So giving myself a pass, but we did not achieve that goal. Okay, next one over, YouTube. We are here, and I have officially created and posted 4 videos, and I just need you to know, thank you so much for being here. I've gotten so much good feedback from so many of you, and it has made my month. It has made the month of September because I was really nervous. I've wanted to do this for years, literally wanted to do this YouTube channel and to share and all the things for years, over 2 years at this point. But I've talked myself out of it and talked myself out of it because I finally just went for it. I swallowed my fear and I went for it. I put it on this vision board and I said, we're finally gonna do it. So now I will say I only got 4 videos uploaded in the month of September, whereas I had set the goal to do 2 videos weekly. So obviously I only got 50% of the videos done that I initially said I was going to do, but I am not allowing that to get me down because I got 4 videos posted and I've got tons of great feedback from you and I appreciate you so, so much. And I just feel like what a great starting point. I've got some real momentum going and I'm ready to keep going with this. So while I didn't fully achieve that goal, I'm still counting it as a major win. And ultimately I did achieve that goal because I finally took action. I finally did the things that I wanted to do for years now, and it just feels incredible. So the final goal on my September vision board is begin my 12-week year plan and then the weekly accountability meetings. So if you haven't seen the 12-week year video that I created, it is linked in the description box below. Feel free to go watch it. But the 12-week year is a book that I read last month, and it's just like it sounds. It's 12 weeks, you set goals, and your hope is to achieve in 12 weeks what a lot of people set as a goal for an entire year. So I wanted to start my 12-week year plan in the month of September, and it was gonna take me basically through Thanksgiving, end of November. And I did. And we did start our weekly accountability meetings with some other gals that have chosen to follow a 12-week year plan and create their own and do all that as well. However, because I was gone and traveling, I sound like a broken record, I'm so sorry. But because I was gone and traveling, I didn't make some of the meetings, and quite frankly, some of the goals on my 12-week year plan are some of the goals that are here on this vision board that I didn't actually make time for or do. Specifically, one of those would be the Teachers Pay Teachers. That is one of my goals on my 12-week year, and I did zilch with it. I literally did nothing with that goal. I did still focus on my health journey, and I did start with my YouTube stuff, so those are the other 2 goals that are on my 12-week year plan, but I did nothing with my Teachers Pay Teachers goal, and so that's kind of crappy. I did actually achieve the goal of beginning my 12-week year plan and beginning the weekly accountability meetings. However, I'm gonna restart it next month. So anyways, so overall, my month of September, I feel like was still a major win. I got to travel and have some incredible experiences that I've never had. I got to go parasailing, I got to go snorkeling, we rode Sea-Doos in the ocean, I got to travel with my parents and my sister and my niece, which I haven't got to like fly and travel with them in I don't know how long. I achieved so many things. More than anything, I'm just proud of myself for having made this vision board, for having worked towards it, for having not beat myself up about not achieving some of these things, and the fact that I'm ready to keep going. Like, I'm not feeling defeated in this moment, like, well, I didn't achieve those things, so I need to just give up, throw in the towel. But instead, I'm like, no, I did achieve some things, and now I'm ready to build upon that. Because ultimately, that's what goals are, is we set a goal, and then we build on that goal, and then we build on that goal. And my monthly vision boards are the stepping stones to get me to accomplish the goals on my yearly vision board. So overall, I would give myself like a B+, maybe an A-. Like, I feel super, super good about what it is that I've accomplished, and that's how we should feel. The focus should not be on what I didn't accomplish. The focus should be on what I did accomplish and what I can accomplish next and where I can go from here. It's about reflecting on what we've done and seeing where we can go, not beating ourselves up about what we didn't actually accomplish. I'm here for the growth, I'm here for the positive thinking, and I'm here for what I can do next to help me get to the goals that I want to achieve. I am so proud of what I did achieve, and that I had an incredible set of vacations and traveling, and that's what I want to do more of. I want to go and grow and learn and travel and get to have new experiences, and I got to do all of that in the month of September. Probably what's like the cherry on top of an incredible September for me was the fact that I was able to gain some serious clarity on top of having incredible experiences, getting to travel the world, getting to go to new places that I'd never been to, being with my husband, being with friends and family, and still making major strides towards goals that I have for my entire year with this monthly vision board that I've created. So I hope that it was helpful. I hope that me being so transparent and vulnerable is something that makes you want to push yourself and go and do, or maybe it just gives you an idea of how to set some goals for yourself. No matter what though, I always want to be upfront and honest about these things. And while these goals might seem kind of silly and insignificant to some, they're my truth, and they're things that I want to work towards and that are important to me at this point in my life. And so I'm just thankful that I get this opportunity and this platform to share it with. Thank you so much. I will be seeing you so soon because we will be doing an October plan with me. And if this is something you want to keep seeing, if you like seeing the start of the month, the mid-month check-in, and then the final part, please comment below. Let me know. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I am so thankful for the outpour of kind messages and encouragement that I've received so far from so many of you. And I can't wait to keep creating these videos and connecting with you guys. So thank you, and we will see you in the next one.